Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? We are cooking up a little bite of supper, but it's not going to take us long. It's going to be a pretty quick little dish. In fact, I'm going to kind of put up all three of our pieces together. Mama's going to make some biscuits, and we'll be done. So, this is the Micro Pro Grill, and we are putting some ham steaks in here. This is the pineapple I had left the other night. I just saved the juice. We used a little bit of the juice. And I saved a few pieces of pineapple when I made the chicken. And we're just going to scatter it out on here. And we're going to have a few pieces of pineapple on our ham. I'm going to just put this can, and this is, we've never tried this brand. We've tried it for greens, but I've never tried it for sweet potatoes. And I thought, cut sweet potatoes, I bet that's going to be very good. They smell like homegrown. They smell like... So we're just going to cook these up and probably eat them like they are. Mama, you going to put anything in them different?
We'll see what they taste like.
See what they taste like? Go from there. Going to make a pineapple casserole. So if y'all come right down here. There you go. This is 1 can of Libby's chunk pineapple. I use chunk or I use crushed. It doesn't matter. You can use tidbits if you wanted to. But either one of these is fine. This is the simplest little casserole you'll ever make. There's a lot of instructions that goes with it. And there's some rules that go with it. And over the years, I have just sort of changed it. And I put about that much sugar, not hardly a cup, for a 9x9. Now, if I make a bigger one, I put a little bit more. So that was about 3/4 of a cup. And this is what I do. You can do all kinds of things to it, and it tells you, to do more flour than this. All you're really wanting the flour to do is thicken it a little dab, and this is 2 tablespoons of flour, about a cup of sugar, not even a whole cup, and you just want to kind of mix it in, and it'll make it creamy looking. That flour is just going to thicken the pineapple juice a little bit. I think it calls for 3 or 4 tablespoons of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, and you mix part of it up separately. Then you pour it. I ain't got time for all that mess now. I make this for holidays and anytime we have ham. It could be good other times, but that's basically when I make it. Holidays and anytime you're going to have ham. Now all those little knots of flour in there will dissolve out. Just keep mashing around with them. And to be honest with you, it ain't that picky because we're going to top this. And I've really never noticed any flour or anything in it ever. So this is sugar, pineapple, and flour. This is white lily self-rising flour. And that's it. That's the casserole. That's how hard it is. This is one of those casseroles that people have either eat it and they love it, or they've never heard of it and they'll say, pineapple casserole? I don't know what they think. I don't know what I thought when I first heard it. I just remember tasting of it and loving it. But sometimes people will kind of put up a little, ooh, I don't know if I like that. And then when they taste it, they're like, that is so delicious. A lot of people use this as a dessert. This is a 1/4 of a stick, Mama? Half a stick of butter. Don't look like it, but that's it. And this is a tube of Ritz crackers, and I'm just crushing them. You can use less than if you want to. I have before. Tonight, it just makes sense to go ahead and put them in there. Now, my recipe says to top it with the Ritz, drizzle the butter over, and it also says use a whole stick of butter. I know some of y'all out there saying I would never reduce the amount of the butter. Well, just trying to, cut back a little on some. I made something like a couple of weeks ago and I just left all the butter out and it turned out fine. Casserole of some kind. I can't remember which one it was. But I have found if you put a little butter in there, half a stick, 2.5 tablespoons, and you start stirring these crackers in that, they don't look much different if I use the whole stick. See how they're starting to shine? Never have really had a problem with it. Now, in past, the original directions said, bake this, then top with this, and cheddar cheese, and then bake another 15 minutes or something. And I threw all that out the window too. I think I forgot one time, and it just turned out great. So, that's what we do. We make it simple, don't we, Mama?
Try to, anyway.
We're into simplicity. Now, a lot of times, I'll tell you, use whatever cheese you want. And I'll tell you, well, it calls for cheddar, but I'm going to use this. This is one dish that I don't substitute with cheese. I use cheddar every time. I've never made this one without using cheddar. So on top of this mixture, I come in with some freshly grated cheddar. And by that I mean Coburn Farms freshly grated this and put it in a bag for me. Now I know some people say they don't like the starch that's on it, or they don't like the melting of it. I can grate it, and I've got a Tupperware grater I love to use sometimes. And I've started buying block cheese, believe it or not, occasionally. Some things, I think grating it is better. Sometimes, I just don't want to fool with it. I just ain't going to do it. We all have our little things that we do or don't do. So that's a layer of grated cheddar. Now put your bread topping. Just, a lot of people worry about all that spreading and stuff. Just pile it up in the middle of this 9x9. Like that right there. You just pile it up right in the middle. And then you just push it over on all four corners. And by the time you get it all pushed over in all four corners, you've got it spread out about as even as you're going to get it by trying to make it even. You know, that's about the best you're going to do, no matter how you put it in there. So I've seen people sprinkle a little. I ain't never found it to be that much of a difference. Now, what I like to do, maybe just to make it look good, and it does, or maybe just to let people know, hey, there's some cheddar under there, or maybe it's just kind of a southern casserole looking thing. I lightly put another layer, just enough to let folks know there's cheddar in that there casserole. Ain't that right, Mama?
Yeah. I was thinking we could put it in the microwave and get it hot and then brown it in the oven when the biscuits gets done, instead of emptying out the...
Okay. Mama says we're going to put this, where you're going to do your ham in?
That's in the microwave already.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to stir that for you?
Yeah, I was trying to get the butter mixed. Wait a minute, let me get my hand out. I couldn't get it out.
Okay. This is a blending fork. You can find it on our Amazon link. It is wonderful. I've used it for different things besides blending. I grab it sometimes just because it's a handy fork. But it's really made for mixing your butter in your flour.
Or shortening, whatever.
Or it's shortening, Mama says. Even though we don't even have shortening in this house.
Yeah, we do. We've got some Crisco butter shortening.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess it's the way you think about it. When I think about shortening, I know we use that Crisco butter flavor, solid, but I don't even think about it really like I would shortening, because to me, a can of Crisco is what we've always called shortening. And I guess that's what that is in those little blocks, but it's more like a stick of shortening. All right, Mama, I got this to perfection. Shake, shake, shake that buttermilk. Now, this depends on the weather. It depends on a lot of things. How much buttermilk do y'all use? You could probably safely always start out with a cup. But when you're cooking like we do, we cook by eye. And we just... Mama, how are you making these? You're just going to scoop them?
I'm just going to scoop them out.
So, they don't have to be as... If you're going to roll them, you want them a little firmer. A little tighter. If you're going to scoop them, they can be a little looser. You don't have to worry about them being sticky. All that. And a stickier dough is a wetter dough and should mean a moister biscuit. You don't want to over dry it. It's not a loaf bread. And you don't want to mess with it much. You don't want to... You want it to be just right.
You got your buttermilk or you want?
How's that? And so that's what it's a ragged dough. It's ragged, and for this, if I were making them my way, I would roll them out in flour. I would get them till they were, you could touch them, and them not stick to you. And I would knead them a little bit. And that's kind of the long way around, because these biscuits right here are delicious the way Mama fixes them.
And we're just going to...
Watch patience. Hear patience.
We're just going to make them fast and easy tonight.
So this is just, I want to show you a good look at it. It's just ragged wet dough. And you may think to yourself, well, that ain't going to do nothing. It is. Watch Mama. Watch Mama work the magic. This is a scooper. What size is that, Mama? Do you know? 3? I think it's about a 3. It's not the small or the next. It's the next.
I can't see that.
Where?
On that. Is it got it on there, or is that the number?
It's a 78.
I don't know what size.
What's her?
Give me that so I can...
You ain't gonna slow her down. Now, we're having ham and biscuits, but this type of biscuit is a wonderful biscuit to add your little garlic in, put your little cheddar cheese in it, mix it up, sling your little cheddar cheese on top, and make a wonderful cheddar biscuit. Now trust me, that don't look like a lot of biscuits, but that's plenty for us. And those are going to bake up beautifully.
There ain't enough in there to call a biscuit.
If you or somebody who says, I just can't make biscuits, well, you just seen how easy it is. A lot of things that we can't do is because we've tried it, we failed, and we just don't want to try it again. But biscuits and cornbread making, I'm a firm believer anybody can do that, because it's really easy. All you need is somebody to show you how and have one successful attempt at it. And then as you get into it and get going longer and longer, they just get better and better. That's how come Mama's biscuits and Granny's biscuits tasted so good. She's done them her whole life. You can make them that way. Mama sometimes spoons them out. Those are a little denser. She puts a little more flour in them. And sometimes, like I do them, I roll them out and cut them out. And those are a little bit more denser. They all turn out to be biscuits. Some of them are prettier than others. The cut ones rise up, make that pretty little biscuit you see on the bags of flour. These will just make a good old eating biscuit, and they'll be delicious. Absolutely delicious. The ham, we didn't do anything to the ham except pour that pineapple over it. The sweet potatoes, Mama, what did you do to that when you took them?
I just put a little butter and just a little bit of brown sugar.
A little butter, a little brown sugar.
Not even a tablespoon.
And there's times she may not even done that. She may just cook the potato. So, not even a tablespoon of sugar, she said. That's it, folks. That's supper from start to finish. Homemade biscuits are the best. They are, Eggman. You've got to have flour, self-rising flour, preferably. Some kind of butter, or Crisco, or butter flavored Crisco. Some people put oil in them. We use buttermilk. Some people use whole milk. It depends on whatever you want to use. But it's a pretty basic ingredient. Love your cooking from Lewing, Texas. Hey, Chad. Thank you. Hey, John and Mama. Enjoy the two of you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for having us into your home. Well, you're welcome in our kitchen. Hi, John and Mama. I used to fear making biscuits, and then one day a wonderful person took the time and taught me. I've never had a bad biscuit. Vaughn, I haven't either. They're all good. Hey, Mama.
Oh.
Why did they make some mini Cheerios?
Why did they do what now?
Why do they make so many Cheerios?
Cheerios.
This one you wouldn't be able to get.
Have a healthy start of the morning.
It says, so all the little ants could have their own little hula hoop.
A little.
Well, hello, Miss Cat. Thank you for that. Hello, John and Mama from
That's cute.
Ware Souls, South Carolina. Hey, Deborah.
Hello.
Those sweet potatoes are the best, Kathy. I kind of had an inkling that they're going to be because
What's your cup of
the Glory brand is such a good greens, and I seen those at our store for the first time. We usually get another brand of sweet potatoes. Do you remember the brand?
No. Bushes.
Bushes or something.
I can't think what it was.
So when I saw those, I thought, boy, if they're as good as the greens, we'll be doing good. So that's the Glory brand, and I think you're right, Kathy. I think they're going to be some of the best. Now I won't be able to find them anymore, and I'll be out looking for Glory sweet potatoes. I just can't get used to the buttermilk. I have tried. But that's fine. Use that sweet milk. Sweet milk, that's a country way of saying anything other than buttermilk. 2%, 1% whole milk, that's sweet milk. You got sweet, you got butter. So if it ain't butter, it's sweet milk. Can you share the biscuit recipe? Cindy, we just did. How much flour did you put in there?
About a cup and a half.
Cup and a half of white little self-rising flour. About, 2 tablespoons of butter. We just use butter tonight. 2 tablespoons of butter. I used about a cup of buttermilk, stirred it up to a regular wet dough, and we scooped it on the pan. That really is all we did. And those measurements are just whatever it takes to get yours to look like ours did. And some people have an exact measurement thing, and that's good. But they're not hard. They're not hard. But that's the recipe, Cindy. Hello, Molly Butler. Virginia, God bless him. Believe in there are miracles. I don't know what that means, Virginia. Mama is like me, clean as you go. Oh, Janie, we do that. Me too, Jenny. I like to clean as I go too. Love baked sweet potatoes. Oh, Nick, I love a good baked sweet potato. Put a little brown sugar on, not a lot, and some butter.
I've seen ones where they put butter and brown sugar and bake the sweet potatoes, cut it in half.
Come over here, Mama. Talk to him.
Bake a sweet potato and cut it in half and put your butter and brown sugar.
You see a woman in there?
Yeah.
No,
and
you don't.
Yeah, I do. And then you go ahead. And then you put pecans on it. And a fourth a cup or half a cup, whatever it is, marshmallows on top of it. Stick it back in there on broil and melt your marshmallows. I thought, I like butter and brown sugar, but I ain't never put crushed pecans and marshmallows on mine.
Well, it's kind of like a blend of two casseroles, sweet potato casseroles. I can see how it would be good.
I said, I'm trying me.
But I'm more of a purist. I just really want
potato.
I just really want the baked sweet potato, and I'll put just a little bit of stuff on it. And preferably, I really like... Mama, I'll get that. Just let it heat.
I was going to see what it looked like.
Shoot.
It's a getting done. I'll just have to put it in broil when the biscuits come out.
It'd be alright. It don't have to be brown. That's basically for looks on that. I like... Preferably, I like... for the sweet potato, a little bit of compound butter with butter, cinnamon, and a little bit of brown sugar, so you don't get a lot or it's clumpy. And I stir all that up in my butter good and smooth, and then just put the compound butter on the potato. That way it's all blended and you don't have like chunks of sugar and chunks. I just want that smooth, delicious butter. And not a lot of cinnamon, just a little.
You know me, I want mine drowned in butter.
Mama likes all kinds of sour cream and stuff.
Not sour cream on my sweet potato.
No, but, you know, like a lot of times, I just eat a plain old sweet potato, a plain old Irish potato, baked potato. But Mama likes all the goodies on it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how we're set up today. We've been doing this a day or two.
And we're wrong some way.
And somehow or another, there's not enough room on this counter. Did you get a smaller counter while I was gone?
No, I don't think I did.
Maybe that's where it is.
We got to rearrange
I can't
it.
see. Yummy. Y'all are the highlight of my... okay.
How sweet.
Gal, that sounds sweet. Thank you so much. Gail Cooper. I can't say your last name. Is it G? Gilchrist. I can't make out all the letters. My glasses are in need of some repair, I believe. Hi, John and Mama. Watching. It's 74 here. 73 there in Owensburg. So we're about the same, Cherry. Good evening, John and Mama from North Carolina. Hey, Paige. Carolyn, how are you? Hello from Lima, Ohio, Miss Brenda. Love watching you go. Well, thank you, Barb. Really off. It's come back on. I don't know what happened last night. We were just talking along, and all of a sudden, it kind of flickered. It didn't say what it normally says, like it's going off, and then it just notice and said your video has ended. I thought, did Meta do that? I don't think we violated anything. It just ended. It didn't even, like, the internet didn't go out or nothing. It just come up and said, your video has ended. Kind of like abruptly. So I don't know. John, hey Lori, John and Mama, I hope you're having a blessed evening and night pretty in East Tennessee today. Still need prayers, praying for your Mama and you. I love you. Oh, well, thank you, Lori. Beautiful day in South Carolina. Dawn, it has been. Blue skies, pretty. 74. But I just heard a while ago we're headed for some bad storms this weekend. Rain, I think, but it said something about tornado.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that.
Hi, John and Mama from Kentucky. Hello from Louisiana. Good old homemade biscuits. Jimmy, enjoy your videos. Well, thank you, Ronnie. Linda Brown. Please pray for me. Surgery on March the 19th, removing part of my intestines after a bad diverticulitis. With Betty Jean Van Manen, we'll be praying for you. Everybody pray for Miss Betty Jean. I love the Glory brand. Shannon, I've never really had anything in the Glory brand I didn't like. I've had, I think it was apples one time we really liked, Mama. Glory apples. And then we usually like their greens. Their mixed greens, their turnip greens, or whatever you're using. They're always good. And when I saw the sweet potatoes, I thought, well, they're just sweet potatoes, but Glory does such a good job on the other things. Surely they can do a good sweet potato. When I opened them, they smelled like something that Mama would have cooked. So sometimes they don't. Sometimes they look real orange, and sometimes you'll buy them and it says sweet potatoes, but it's really yams, and there is some difference. These actually look like homegrown, home cut up sweet potatoes. But Shannon, I'm excited, and if I like them, I'll go back to our stove lot and clean them out.
Oh, my.
I'll leave some, but I'll go buy us 4 or 5 cans. I bought one to try them. How are you today? Went for a walk. Mama did go for 2 walks today, Tammy. Nancy Waters. Well, how far did you get the second time?
I walked first time.
Do you see a little woman in here?
No. I walked the first time out to the end of the road to the stop sign.
Still don't.
And walked around the house, in the yard, and looked around the gardens and down to the little bed.
Well, you did good.
And then the second time, I walked all the way out to the end of the road and down to the second tree at the curve,
Wow, Mom.
and back up the hill.
That's the most you've done, and that trip around the yard's a hard one.
I know it, but I walked.
Walking on the smooth pavement is a lot easier than walking this yard and around this house.
But I got real tired when I went around the house.
Well, did you get any personal escorts?
No.
They didn't come and walk with you?
No. They barked at me when I come back. They thought I was a stranger, I think.
They've not seen you as much.
I don't get out none, so they didn't know who it was. I hollered their names and they hushed right as soon as I hollered. But the neighbor's dog barked at me the whole time, the first time. That's the one that bit me that time.
Uh-huh.
And that's the reason I didn't walk down the road. I come around in the yard.
You had a stick.
I know it. I had a walking cane. Because to keep my balance better.
Well, and to, let the dogs know you're not a pushover.
But I did good. I've walked twice. It's such a pretty day.
It's beautiful. Probably the closest thing we've had to spring since March. We had some beautiful February days, but they showed us that they wasn't through, and they come back with snow. But this little cycle here is a beautiful weather pattern, and we're glad to have it.
Pretty.
It makes me want to let my guard down a little bit and buy a flyer or something, but I ain't gonna. You can't trust.
Rest of March and April and first week or so.
Till April the 10th, I don't trust East Tennessee. May 10th. April is a fickle month, and March will bring anything. You may have snow in March. One of the biggest snows we ever had was on April 3rd. In 92, 3?
93 or 4 we had that nice one.
Biggest snow ever was on April 3rd for us. But it's just, you never know. You never know with April. Folks, if y'all want to hang around with us, we'll wrap this up. But the biscuits have got to finish. We've got to brown the casserole. Is the ham done?
I think it is.
It's
hot. It's cooked once.
Yeah. Let's look at this ham in the micro pro.
Watch the heat.
Ooh, wait, look at them beautiful pineapples. Oh, that's cooked to perfection. Put the lid back.
Put the lid back so it'll stay.
That was so simple. I love that Macro Pro. A lot of you have asked about it. It's not on sale right now that I have been told. Mama, is it?
Not that I know of. I've not seen it.
But it does go on sale a couple times a year. I don't know with the new owners how often they will, but right now it's not. But it's when they put it on sale, it's definitely a good buy. But it's so versatile, and we use it so much. If I was told I could only keep one piece of Tupperware, if I was going to have a microwave in the deal, that would have to be the one I kept. Even over the chopper. Don't tell the chopper.
No, please don't tell the chopper.
We love the chopper. But if I could only have one, if you could only have one piece of Tupperware, which one would you keep?
Oh, that's a hard decision because I love this to cook with. It's so quick and easy. Meatloaf.
But the chopper saves time.
And choppers save so much time when you're canning and chopping up stuff.
I just thought of something, Mama.
What?
I'll keep the Macro Pro and you keep the chopper.
And we'll both be happy, won't we?
They're tied. They're tied in my mind too. The chopper does the same thing this does, but probably not as often for us. The chopper makes something that would take 25, 30 minutes. You can do it in less than 6. Doing those strawberries, you can take a job that would take you 25, 30 minutes and do it in 3 minutes.
It was wonderful.
Chopping onions, chopping soup, doing squash where you're canning. You can't beat that chopper.
People's relish really fast and canning.
But this, we use this. I mean, I can make meatloaf up, start from scratch, hamburger, and be eaten in 25 minutes. True story. I done it the other day. I can put pork chops in here. Now, we fried them in the skillet last night. We had so many. I can put 4 pork chops in here and have them done in 12 minutes. Cook both sides brown perfect. We can put cornbread in here. You can make a cake in here. You can do any casserole in here. It's just anything you put in the oven or put on top of the stove can be done in this Macro Pro in a fraction of the time. Hamburgers, I love it. It's worth its weight in just having hamburgers and not having to that greasy, nasty pan and that smell in your house, because that microwave filters out the smell. So you can do hamburger patties. You can do 4 of them, or you can do 6 sliders in 8. Let's see. Is it 8 minutes we do hamburgers? Or 6 minutes?
8 or 6.
I think I put them in 6 minutes.
I'm going to put my biscuits over here and you can put some butter on.
So in 6 minutes I can have hamburgers and no smell and no greasy pan, because that'll wipe out with a paper towel. So those kind of things, people have asked about it since we've been using it a little bit, and that's what it's all about. It gives you back a little time, and time is so valuable. You really can't beat time. You can save time. You've saved.
I think they're brown enough, don't you?
I think they're gorgeous. Now these are ugly biscuits, and I'm not talking about Mama's biscuits. I'm just talking about any time you don't smooth them out, people refer to these as ugly biscuits. You'll hear people call, I just made a pan of ugly biscuits, meaning they're rough. They're rough, but look how pretty they are and how uniform they are. I'll take them. I will take them. This part here, it certainly makes them prettier. But you can leave this step out if you want to. Now this is softened butter, so it's kind of harder to just rub on top of them than if you're trying to just use a cold stick. But that right there, those biscuits are so soft and so easy. I think they're pretty. But you've seen what we started out with. You've seen what we got here. Would you turn those away? And folks, if you're sitting there and you're still saying, I just can't make them, you're thinking about your past failures. You've seen how easy we stirred them up. Flour, a little Crisco, butter flavored Crisco, or butter, just a stick of butter. Not a whole stick, I didn't mean to say that, but I mean just offer them a stick, but half of it. 2 tablespoons, 2.5 tablespoons. And buttermilk, and you have some beautiful homemade biscuits. I love homemade breads, but you know bread's hard to make, not biscuits. Biscuits ain't a bit hard to make. You see how beautiful they just come out right there? You see how the top is crunchy, but when you get in that bottom, it's just as soft as you can have. Oh yeah.
You're
beautiful.
Better than that, aren't you?
Yeah. Got it off that fork, Mama. Alright, let's get you back in your chair, if you don't mind. Tilt you back up. So the ham can be set over here. And this, I'll move over there. Now let's look at them glory biscuits. I'm going to put both of them because that kind of set down on the counter. Let's look at these glorious sweet taters. Now them look like homemade to me, folks. I guess the truth will be in the tasting, but they sure are good. Look at them. They certainly look good, Mama.
We need a spoon. You don't have a spoon for the pineapple casserole, do you?
No, ma'am, but I can get one of the straws.
Here's this one. Here are this one.
Oh, that'll be perfect. You browning it already? You took your biscuits out?
I took the biscuits out, set it in there.
See them biscuits, how soft they are. See how easy they just come apart. And they're perfect size because she used that scoop. Don't make this hard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because it's not, and you can have biscuits.
You gonna drink water or you got your coffee?
I've got coffee. I'm drinking water, Mama, with a little bean in it.
A little bean.
I tell you what we'll do. If somebody's really nervous about biscuits, we'll take a night and we'll go through it very slowly. And I'll give you a heads up until you get your ingredients. And you can make yours with us. Be just like having us standing right there beside of you. And we'll make us up a poem. And we'll make these quick and easy ones. And y'all can make them right along with us. And that won't be hard to do at all. We can roll them out and you can make them with us. Hey, Mama. What do you call an egg when the chicken lays it on the roof?
An egg on the roof?
That's funny, Larry.
An egg on the roof.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Top of the house?
What happens to it if a chicken...
It'll roll off. Humpty Dumpty. It'll roll off and break.
You call it an egg roll.
Egg roll.
That's cute.
That is cute.
Nella's posted J&M recipes there. She's posted the biscuit recipe. The Glory brand, Susie says. Love you, John and Mama. Love watching y'all. Well, thank you, Miss Beverly. We're so glad you're here. Good evening from Rome Mountain, Tennessee. Hey, Karen, we know exactly where Rome Mountain is. Mount Juliet. I used to stop at Mount Juliet every week when I worked in Nashville. I'd stop there at the Sam's and I could have lunch, which I love Sam's Pizza or their stuff. Pick up a few items for Mama and Daddy. And then I'd roll on home. But Mount Juliet, love Mount Juliet. I got a good friend that lives in Mount Juliet. Ooh, Mama, that pineapple casserole. Now that's what you want it to look like.
I can't get it.
Pick it up high. See, I don't trust her. She gets in such a hurry. She'll pick it up a little ways. I grab that mat. She'll lay it on my hand. Watch her. She ain't denying it.
No, I ain't denying nothing. Are we ready to eat?
We're ready. We're waiting on little woman to light. We're waiting on this little woman to light. Do you know her?
Yeah. You need a knife to cut
Yeah.
it. I don't want a whole piece.
I know you don't, and I know I don't either. We got to do the carving here. Let me see. All right, folks. We'll take a minute here. Mama, sing or something to entertain.
Oh, I can't sing. That'd be awful.
Sing or something, Mama.
Oh, no.
Sing a little ditty or something.
I don't know no little ditty.
I bet you do if you tried. Don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You may cut that a little more.
You're good. You're so good to me.
Lord, some of them said I was trying to control you when I could fix your plates. They about got you spoiledness took away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's trying to ruin it for you.
I don't want that. I've gotten accustomed to
Just
this.
want me to quit.
I've got accustomed to being waited on.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mama can't cut her on me. Don't get out and start that rumor.
I've got you pineapples if you'll move your arm.
Don't get out and start no rumors that, why, he has to cut her meat up and feed her. You want me to feed you?
No, I don't want you to feed me.
Okay. You draw the line there.
Yeah. Waiting on me might be good, but not feeding me.
Yeah, we have to draw the line at feed me. Anybody can walk as much as you have today and as far as you did. I'd say you've walked a mile.
I don't know about
Two
that.
trips to the end of the road. Mm-hmm. One around the house, one down the road and back up.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good ways, Mama.
I know it.
I think you've done excellent.
I've tried, I'll tell you.
You've
that.
come a long ways from that little woman that couldn't go to the bathroom.
Oh, I wouldn't even start out then. I'd be afraid
You wouldn't even go on the back porch.
I wouldn't get to the mailbox then.
When you let tomatoes hang out there and peppers, that should have been my 911 emergency. I should have realized right then. But I thought, she's just hard to fool with it.
No,
Now that's my biscuit right there. I can see it.
Ooh, has it got your name on it?
John.
What happened? Oh, there's that little bitty bite.
Now here we're going to get these.
I've got mine.
I know, you left me out.
Well, I couldn't get to your plate.
Oh, look at that, folks. Look at that. Not a green thing on the plate. It's Mama's favorite meal. I didn't even think about the green. Did you?
No, I wasn't worried about it. Got sweet potatoes. They're good.
That's a superfood.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bless it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for providing it for us. We thank you that we're able to sit here and take it together. Dear Lord, we pray that you'll watch over us, lead, guide, and direct us, and just tell us what to say and what to do, dear Lord, and everything that we do. Thank you, Lord, for your grace and your mercy. And dear Lord, we just pray for each and every person here that they have prayer requests and needs, and some of them shared them with us, and some of them are facing surgeries and other things. Dear Lord, we just pray that you'll be with each and every one of them. Dear Lord, watch over our families and put a hedge of protection on each and every one of them. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Mama, I've got the meat carved. I've got all this. I'm going straight. Now, folks, that looks like a homegrown sweet potato.
They are hot. Be careful.
They look hot. They look hot. Now, Mama, I'm going to have to be honest. I love your homegrown ones, but if you put them down on yours, I might not know the difference.
They're good. I'll tell you that.
Would you know the difference?
Mm-mm.
They're good.
They got a pretty color. They ain't real pale or they ain't real darky brown looking.
I could eat on them. Let's try this pineapple casserole. I'd say some of y'all out there was watching me stir that mess up and you was thinking that ain't going to turn into nothing. It turned into pineapple casserole. Now, I've done it the hard way. I've done it by the recipe. It turned out just like this. But I've made this pineapple casserole for about 30 years. I know I don't even look 30. And you're thinking, John, was you cooking at 1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're thinking.
And over time, I developed it. And I said, this is crazy. I'm just going to stir this up. And that's exactly what I did. And it turns out perfect. Mm-hmm. I do make it with crushed pineapple. But I will say this. When you use chunk or tidbit, the pineapple pop that you get from that big chunk is a little better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now that's what I call a good casserole. Look at that. Can y'all see that? That's a perfect biscuit. Mama, these are out of this world. They're so flaky and beautiful.
Everything's good. I'm hungry.
And it was fast, wasn't it?
Yeah, walking makes me eat. It's supposed to help you lose weight, but I believe it makes me gain. I walk too much.
You do eat better when you're more active.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a little more bread here lately than we normally did. But just anytime we have biscuits and cornbread anymore, I'm just excited. You got anything you want to add tonight, Mama?
No, everything's good.
And a good time is had by everybody.
It's a good time was had by all. That's what she used to write in her paper, Kate Roach.
Y'all have a blessed night.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Find you something good to eat. You probably already have. Make you some memories. You got a little bit more daylight this evening. Use it to make memories. Sit on the porch. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe for the first real time this year. It's warm enough. It's 74. It's warm enough and beautiful enough that you can actually sit out there without needing a little heat. So y'all have a good night.
You'll
Bless
have
you.
the fan on after it's 74.
No, I probably won't tonight. You have a good night and bless you, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow. Who knows? We'll probably cook again. Bye, y'all.
Good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.